Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing The Long Dark. Now I've played The Long Dark a little bit before on Xbox and whatnot, but I've not really played it on PC. Now do keep in mind, like I said, I've played this game, do keep in mind that I've played this game a little bit. Like I said, I'm not a pro. I think I've only ever made it like 30 days tops, and I died to a bear, I think it was. So that was fun. But I suppose since we'll be playing on Voyager, because I'm a coward, and I will not become a developer or stalker, at least not till I have a better grip of the game. I know Voyager and Pilgrim are kind of like the easy modes, but I'm not that afraid of the game that I'd play on Pilgrim, so let's do this. I'm feeling... let's do some Coastal Highway, shall we? We got a place here that I like to stay. I'm kind of comfortable in this area. We'll play some mail, I guess. And we will call this YT1. Just because. So, for those of you who don't know, The Long Dark is a survival game set in the Canadian wilderness after a geomagnetic storm. So there's no power, everyone's dead, everything's frozen, there's like wolves and bears. Basically just try to eke out a place in the world as long as you can. You start with a random assortment of things in your inventory, which are as follows. I think you're always guaranteed a bedroll, and I think that's about it. Because there's cold, hunger, food, water, and rest. If any of those goes below the little meter down there in the corner, I will start to lose health, or condition, as it's called in this game. So right when you start out, from what at least I've learned, we want to gather basically everything we find immediately. Just hoard everything, because all resources are valuable. Sticks, leaves, food, water, anything you can find. Oh my god, that rabbit scared me for a minute there. I was like, oh, don't tell me it's a wolf already. I would have been devastated. So this is Jackrabbit Island. I've been here a couple of times before. I can't say for certain that I know it that well, but I know the game well enough that I kinda can find my way here and there. I do tend to get lost though while traveling, which can definitely be remedied by just playing the game more and mapping out your surroundings over time.
Excellent.
If you like the way this game looks, I will leave a link to the description. Part of the funds that the devs earn while for sales goes to the Canadian Wildlife Foundation, so it is helping out the cause, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, right now we're just looking around, trying to find some stuff.
This stuff will come in handy.
That's really good. So accelerant basically guarantees you can start a fire. Starting fires in this game is really important. It's how you stay warm, how you cook food, etc., etc. And it's all based on like chance.
Is it food or?
So, like starting out, like let's say I want to make a fire using a log and some paper I found, right? That's like 40% chance, I think. So not great, but throw some accelerant on there, 100%. There you go. It makes it easy. I try to save it for emergencies, but no. Can't always do what you want. We're going to take some water out of the toilet here, which I'm sure seems kind of gross, but it is a survival situation.
Could end up being useful.
Now this is a really good find. So let's open our inventory here. Here we can see our character and all of our clothes that we're wearing. There's inner and outer layers, and depending on what we are wearing, we'll have more cold resistance, wind resistance, water resistance, defense against wild animals, all that kind of stuff. That's a dress shirt actually provides a little bit more warmth, so we'll be taking that. And a
What have we
lantern.
here?
That is huge. Well, it is and isn't. So, it's huge for your vision and movement at night. Really, really good. Otherwise, you know, could live without it. It is like one of the quintessential items in this game, though. So, right away we're gonna eat this fish. And we're gonna drink some water. There's multiple ways to get water, and the easiest one is probably from toilets. For those of you who don't know, this part of the toilet right up here contains water that, if the toilet is clean, is fresh and drinkable. I obviously wouldn't recommend it, but you can if you want, I suppose. Just making sure we're not missing anything. Like a parka. That would have been unfortunate to have missed that. It doesn't look like there's anything else in here. I think I've gotten everything that I can. So one thing to be careful of in this game, besides wildlife, is the weather. The weather in this game can be nice, like it is right here. Where, you know, a little bit of wind, but otherwise it's pretty pleasant. And other times it can be a straight up blizzard, and you'll freeze to death in a matter of minutes. You can make tea and whatnot out of oversip. Pretty nice. And I think the first order of business is to find more resources. Better clothes, preferably some kind of weapon to defend ourselves and to hunt for food. However, we don't find one, it's not the end of the world for now. I just want to get off this island before I start to freeze. So there in the corner you can see my stamina has just popped up. Stamina is affected by how tired you are and how much condition you have and how much clothes you're wearing, because if you're wearing a bunch of super heavy clothes, they're carrying a bunch of equipment, a bunch of water, food, and the like, and then you're also tired, you're not going to be able to run. Like, that is way too much equipment. So you gotta be careful with how much you wear.
Can't feel my hands.
So there you see my guy's saying he's getting a little cold. The plan is to head over to that little dockyard area you can see there in the distance. And hopefully hit one of these fishing huts on the way. We'll hit this one here first. There's a door on it. So hopefully that should help me warm up a bit. I know what I just said about sprinting affecting how tired you get and stuff, vice versa, but I don't want to start freezing already. And there we go. Hypothermia
Never
risk.
felt so cold in my life.
Hunting knife, that is actually huge. It's used for a lot of things, from carving up animals to breaking up furniture, and all kinds of stuff. So I just did there was I opened up that furnace and I grabbed some charcoal. You can use charcoal to map the area around you based on what you can see. be doing it now because I'm very cold and it takes a little while. It takes like half an hour. And I'd rather not contract hypothermia on the very first day. So we're just going to be quick as we can here. Gathering up anything and everything we find. Sewing kit, that's great. A lot of my clothes are,
This'll come in handy.
in general, disrepair. That'll help us not get so cold. Sardines. Last resort. I like that. That's fun. Can. That's good. Although we could have gotten one ourselves. A free one is good. You can get recycled cans by eating anything that comes in a can. So that's nice. We're probably going to stay in here till we get nice and warm. As you can hear, it's a little bit windy outside, so we'll just
I think I can use this.
take our time. Papers. Since this takes a hatchet to break down, a hatchet's another item that we could definitely go do pretty good with finding. What does that say?
I could use this.
Ooh, revolver cartridge. I will definitely be taking that. So while we warm up inside, we can do some crafting. It's like, let's see here. I don't want to make bandages, so I'll make some tinder plugs instead. If anyone doesn't know, tinder plugs are what you use to start a fire. It's basically just a little bundle of sticks. Or in this case, paper, newsprint, anything I can find, pretty much. We're just gonna make a bunch of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're lighter than the paper that they're made out of. Makes sense. There's a little bit of waste, obviously. But, I mean, just can't make anything else. We've warmed up just a little bit, so I'm gonna step outside real quick and run over to the next cabin. Okay, right away, painkillers. Yep, that's huge. That is actually wonderful.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Painkillers are used for pretty much any injury, so you can never have enough. Energy bars are an excellent type of food. Flashlight is pretty much worthless, because, like I said, there's been a geomatic storm, all the electricity is dead. So, we're kinda screwed in that department. Unless we're lucky and we find some batteries somewhere. That is basically just a hunk of metal. There's nothing else in here. Which is unfortunate. I was hoping for more. But you make do with what you got. You can probably hear my controller clicking and clacking. Sorry, I've got quite the loud controller here, and I'm more aware of that. And just checking under tables and desks and the like. You know, you don't wanna miss anything, because there could be, you know, a rifle or anything under a bed or in a corner or who knows what. And to miss that would be tragedy, honestly. A workbench is nice to find.
What have we here?
Is nice to find as well. Mountaineering rope is used for climbing, as one would expect. cool. Climbing is a hazard. I try to avoid it, but it is a quick way to get around. You can cut over mountains instead of having to go around them. The only thing is, it takes, like, all of your energy to do it. So once you're up, getting back down is another thing altogether. It also
This'll come in handy.
for your stamina. Okay, so what we just found there was some lantern oil. Where's my lantern? There it is. So we can just put that fuel right in there. Fuel it up, make sure it's nice and ready to burn when we need it. Dusting sulfur is... we'll take it for now. It's used in crafting gunpowder, but I've never even made it long enough to have to worry about crafting bullets. So, again, not too worried about it. If I have to drop it, I've got to drop it. Yeah, aside from this locker, which I need a crowbar for, I don't think I'm going to be finding anything of value. Okay, so the question is, where do we want to go next? I'm going to go this way. And we're going to sprint because it's super duper cold out, and you don't want to freeze to death. See, I've already lost, like,
Die if I don't warm up
some
soon.
condition. I don't know about how much, like 5%. And that's gonna drop relatively quickly. Quicker than I'd like. Now, in the unlikely event we find a wolf out here, I'll have to throw my flare at it. I'm not sure if you noticed right at the start of the game, but I do have, nope, not that, a couple of flares. They'll be scared of the first one and won't approach the second one, but I think on the third flare, they'll get over it and they'll come after me. So, ideally I want to throw one at them and then run away. We're not going to stay here too long because we're not warming up inside of this car. As you can see, I'm now over encumbered by the icon of a weight in the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm at risk for spraining my ankle because I'm over encumbered. Sprains are bad, but they're not the end of the world. Day one, I don't think we'll come across a wolf. It's pretty unlikely. So I'm okay with losing a little condition before we have to go ahead and sleep and get it back. Condition isn't so much like, oh god, I've been shot and I'm bleeding out, right? It's like, I'm feeling weaker and I start to feel a little sick, dehydrated, whatever it may be. Eventually, you'll start to fade, and eventually you'll die. But it's not really health, per se. The two could be compared, though. We'll probably spend the night here. It's starting to get evening, if I'm not mistaken. Which I could be. I definitely could be mistaken.
Too heavy.
No, it's midday still. Okay, so we're carrying a lot of weight. Well, a lot more than we probably should be right now. That is. So what we're gonna do, before we even start really looting this house, I say as I proceed to loot the house, we're gonna stop for a minute, we're gonna access our clothes here, and we're gonna start just harvesting some of these. Okay, we'll harvest the rest later. It is getting dark now. So what you saw there was me just tearing up the clothes to turn into cloth, which is a little bit lighter. And by that I mean it's a good bit lighter than just
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
dragging around an entire wardrobe. Let's see what to eat. We'll have an energy bar. Those are really good. It's a lot of calories, and you aren't wasting water or anything else like that. Maybe eat some of those last resort sardines. Not really my last resort, but it's gonna have to do for now. Oh. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can see that necessarily, but well, here, I'll pull out the lantern and turn it on. It's brighter for me than it is for you. We've got ourselves a little amigo up here. Didn't have anything on him, but is that right? No man's trash is no man's treasure, right?
Could end up being useful.
Oh, yes. Flying books, I remember those back in my childhood. Nothing quite like it.
This stuff will come in handy.
Alright, it is pretty much night. We'll finish looting the house.
I'm gonna
sorry
have to leave
it's gonna
something
be dark
behind.
for you guys for a minute while I loot, but luckily we've got the context menu here on screen so you guys can see what I'm doing.
Is it food?
Crackers, nice. Open the microwave here, nothing in it. Now I'm searching the upper cabinets to see if there's anything around. Won't break down the curtains yet.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Peaches are a god tier food item. They give you hunger and thirst. And I mean, who doesn't like a can of peaches? Like, you're some kind of criminal if you don't like canned peaches. They're god tier. I always get some before I go camping. They're good hot, they're good cold.
That'll come in handy.
They're dessert or breakfast. I mean, come on. What's not to like? A moldy trout. Yeah, we'll just leave that be for now. We can cook it at a later date, and then it'll be edible, because we'll cook the mold off of it, but I would not recommend that in real life. If your food's moldy, don't risk it. If you're in a survival situation, cook it thoroughly before you get it. Damn near char it. And we're just gonna sleep for like 9 hours. Wake up, have something to eat, have something to drink, you know, breakfast, as you do. Because we will be very much thirsty. What time is it? Still night, I'm not quite rested. We'll eat what's left of the sardines real quick. I guess eat the rest of this can as well. We'll drop one of these cans right now, because we're not going to need multiple for cooking at the moment. Put these on, and put these on. No pants. Yeah, that'll do us nicely. I think we have wool socks here. They're ragged, so they're not as good as decent socks. We'll sleep another few hours, and then we'll go collect the water from the downstairs toilet to drink. It's a day-ish outside. It's early morning. I'm just fumbling my way down the stairs. I don't want to burn more lantern fuel yet, so we'll burn a couple of matches. And we'll take a liter of water out of here. Chug that down. Oh, more lantern fuel.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Alright, what do we got? Take our lantern fuel. Fill that bad boy up to the top, or as close as we can. 99 out of 100. I'll take it. We should do a little bit of crafting while we wait, if there's even enough light. Let's see. Let's find a window I can stand next to. Hopefully see just enough. Yeah, we'll take a stand right here. And we're just gonna make some fishing tackle because we have a hook and a line. And a couple of tinder plugs, because why not? Now I'll give the sun some time to rise. Now we can actually see a little bit, even if it is pretty dark. Let's see here. Let's repair some things while we're just waiting a little bit longer. Now, we're not very good at sewing. Starting out, you're good at a couple of things, you're bad at pretty much everything else, and it's random. I'll look at my skills later. But for now, we got lucky and we were able to repair that parka without losing any cloth. We're just gonna scrap a couple more things for way too. We're still over encumbered. I'd prefer if we weren't. What's the heaviest thing in our bag right now? The rope. The 40 tinder plugs. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, we'll try and find somewhere to hunker down for a while, and we'll drop off the rope and tinder plugs there. So it's roughly midday. Now we're way up north, so it doesn't get that bright even when it is daytime. That looks like a mine shaft if I had to guess. So we're not pushing out with a 10-foot pole. It's not for a while. We're gonna look for a town. I think I might see one over there. Not sure if you guys can see it from here, but right there, in the center of the screen, is a little house. And I can also hear wolves. That's not good. So we walk faster on concrete, so we're going to try and stick to the road as much as we can. Nice flat terrain. canister here? Oh, sure enough, we can. Looks like there's some kind of landslide here. Unfortunate. Let's check the trunk. Can't get in the trunk.
Is it food or...
Fog. Soda. Epic. Gloves. You can turn that into leather to repair boots and stuff. Which is pretty nice. Leather's a little bit harder to come by than conventional cloth. You know, you need boots or gloves or whatever it may be to get leather out of. Whereas cloth can be pretty much gotten from any article of clothing. I think that's the place I like to camp, if I'm not mistaken. I think I see a gas station sign in the distance next to that car. I'm gonna get into this gas station right as quick as I can. Here, wolves. So I'm gonna try and get into what looks to be a new home for a while, as quick as I can. So I really like the gas station. I've only been here for a couple of runs.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
But it's very nice. Lots of resources in here. If you're lucky, occasionally there's a gun. It doesn't look like there will be this time, though. There's ammo, though, so I'll take that. And basically, well, I'm just gonna start setting up a base here before we finish looting. I picked up yeah, I did pick up a can of spray paint earlier. So this is gonna be where I put my tools. And I'll put my fire stuff in here. And I'll put my food and whatnot in. I think just this one for now. Assuming that it opens. I didn't check that. But it does open. Okay. So first things first, unload all this herbal tea. Because we're not going to be making any of that right away. Cooking beans. What I'm doing here is I'm going to store all my stuff that's in good condition. And I'll carry on the stuff that's not in great condition on my person.
Is it food or...
Fire striker? That's actually wonderful. Fire strikers make it easier to start fires. If I can, over there. Cool, cool. Bedroll. Set that here on the desk. Oh, I guess we can't set it there. We can set it here, which is wonky. So we're actually gonna move it after we pick up that ketchup chip. A note. Two more joined to stay. Seems their horse couldn't go any further. One is called Sean. He's from Ireland. Not quite home, but close enough. Apparently came here for an acting career. Best thing is that he's got a bag full of fruit pasties, as it says, that he's gonna share with me. Probably for the best, since everyone's so paranoid, the idiots would probably think he was trying to poison them. I thought it'd be safer this far north, less people and all. Maybe I should leave. Okay, sure, I'll take that.
I can always use more food.
I don't want to sound like a fanboy or something, but To me, that kind of sounds like Jacksepticeye. I watch some of his stuff from time to time. It's pretty funny, I guess. I don't have to shout him out, though. I'm sure pretty much anyone who wants this knows who he is. But, yeah, Sean from Ireland, acting career. Maybe. Could be a coincidence, though. So what I'm doing here is I'm storing supplies for campfires, because that kind of stuff tends to be pretty heavy. I'm going to keep 2 of those on me. As well as, I should probably keep 2 reclaimed wood on me, just in case. Did I search all these? Okay, I did. And then over here. Another sewing kit. That's great. Oh, you really burn through them later on. Sure am glad I searched all of those.
I'll be hungry later.
Hat. Nice. Oop, that's the wrong one. I think wool socks are better as a whole, so I think I want to repair those wool socks and put them on and scrap the sport socks. Let's assign something to clothing, shall we? Let's make clothing these like up, since these ones are already empty. And I thought I'd have enough clothing to fill that, but you know, we'll harvest our first lantern since it's not as repaired. A lot more damage. We'll get our fuel back and we'll put it inside of here. There we are.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Arrowhead, that's interesting. Save me having to make one further down the line if I eventually ever get to that. Jerry can.
I might have to drop some gear.
That's a lot of gas. Pry bar. Great. Let's start putting some of our tools in here that we're not gonna need right away. Won't need that. I'll only carry 1 fishing tackle on me. Flashlight can go in here. Hook. 2 of these cans. All this ammunition. I have a gun for it. 2 of the sewing kits. Okay, I think that's about it. All my tools. Oh, this is fresh water. Nice. Chug some of that down right away. I'll eat some more food. Peanut butter is a nice amount of calories. Actually, no. I'm not going to open that condensed milk because that would be a waste. Condensed milk gives a lot of calories and a decent amount of thirst. Or the other way around. I don't remember. I know it's both, though. Another thing of tools? Or do I already have Ep.1. Tools. I do already have simple tools. Simple tools take a lot of space. One way to get around that is to just put it in the environment so it doesn't take up space inside of containers.
I think I can use this.
A lot of hooks, not a lot of line. Okay. That's a crush can, dang it. Lots of flares, which is definitely nice. Those will come in handy later down the line.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Soda is always welcome in my book. Because it is thirst and chaos. You can't ask for much more.
Could end up being useful.
Nope, not that bad. Whew, I almost wasted a lot of time. My question is, who is sitting on the toilet reading 3 or 4 newspapers? Like, Jesus.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear. This stuff will come in handy.
Who puts an arrowhead in a cash register? Come on, man. It's not money. Well, I mean, it could be in theory if you're doing bartering instead of actual currency, but even then, why in the register? Don't go tell me, oh, it's just a video game. I'm aware. Those tend to be a little bit heavy, so I'm going to leave that there. This is just for crafting materials. I'll actually keep that metal on because I'm probably going to do some repairs on some tools and whatnot that we picked up along the way. I think I've scooped up just about everything in here now. Yeah, looks like it. Put some more food and drink back in here. Where is it? There it is. Milk. More tea. Couple of these sodas. Yeah, keep a flavor variety going here. We won't need the hacksaw right now, so I'm gonna go put that in the tools compartment. Hacksaw. Won't be needing these hooks. Good, good. I put the rifle casing in here. No, I didn't. I think that just about covers it. I guess I'll get to work on ripping up some of this clothing then. Just compare these boots. Yeah, my boots are far better. This is better at cold resistance. And might be better at wind chill once repaired more. think it's better than the vest. We're gonna scrap the vest. This is straight up just better than that shirt once I get it repaired. Alright, time to get to work. Now, obviously, we need light to work. It's pretty soon here. It's going to be getting too dark to see. Which will be unfortunate, but, you know, time moves on without that. So might as well make the most of it. I think tomorrow we've got enough food and water. We will take this opportunity to repair some of our clothing. I still got water in the toilet, so we can just drink away without any worry. I want to keep these socks because once I get those fixed up, they'll be pretty nice. I'm gonna just repair them all the way. Or not. Curse you. Cardboard box, the bed is here. There we go. We're gonna eat first though, because I don't want to go waking up while starving to death. Ketchup chips seems weird to me, but go off Canada. You've also got your bagged milk. I know we're wasting calories by drinking the soda instead of water, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. It's not quite daytime yet, so let's sip on a soda, get our thirst and our calories up. Because we can always make water if we really need to. I wonder if we can get close enough to this window that considers it enough light that we can work on repairing our clothing. Nope, still too dark. In that case, we'll scoot outside real quick. It's probably pretty cold out.
What have we here?
Nice. Don't know if any of you can see what's going on here, but I'm opening the sun visor on the driver and passenger seat. Because from what I've seen, very rarely you can find like granola bars and stuff people tuck that pretty dang windy out here. It doesn't look like there's anything in here.
This'll come in handy.
Damn, 2 pairs of mittens in your glove box, huh? I mean, I get it, it's cold, but... You also just like be mindful of walking against the wind. That'll slow you down a good bit. That's just storming out.
That'll come in handy.
Dude, that's more like what I expected to find out here. Those driving cars. I feel like driving with mitts would be kind of unsafe, you know? You lose a lot of your dexterity. And I know, I'm getting cold. We'll head inside in a second here. There we go. Thought I was gonna let me back inside for a second there. Alright, what about now? There we go. Oh yeah, we gotta repair this stuff. The windbreaker and whatnot. There you go. Failed one. Failed two. How many can we get in a row? Let's see. Toilet water. Hand it over. Your water. Hand it over. Let's see here. There we go. Our clothes are in relative repair. Not all of it's very good, but it will survive. The ski gloves were a pretty nice find right at the start of the game, because pretty much any of the ski equipment will keep you nice and warm. From what I've experienced. Mostly I've just found ski boots in the past, and those, they slow down your mobility a good bit, but they do keep you very toasty. Thanks for the free newspaper there, mate.
Is it food or
Rabbit meat. I think we'll just take that and eat that right away. Because unlike canned food, rabbit meat does go off after a little while. And not go off like, go off, but rather it's an expression meaning to go bad or sour.
could end up being useful? Thank goodness.
Did I pick up moldy raw venison? I think I did. Did not read that. Yes, I did. I'm just gonna put that right back in the freezer. It's a good amount of food, but I have to cook it, and I'm not ready to start making fires yet. I want to avoid using as many resources as possible. Charcoal. Toque. Alas, these toques do not have the little ball on top. A tragedy in our time. But we can stack hats, so that's alright.
Nobody needs
socks
this
in the
anymore.
bathtub. What they do, though. This is a very uneventful house. Like, if you're living alone up in the Canadian wilderness, I imagine this is a brilliant house. Maybe with your wife. Definitely not the kids. You got, what's that? One bedroom, one bathroom, decent sized kitchen, nice living room, dining room combo with the fireplace. Yeah, I think that's all.
I need to drop something.
And you'll see why eventually. So the reason I grabbed that cooking pot, as you're about to see, is our fire barrel here can hold not one, but 2 cooking slots.
I could use this.
So when it comes to cooking this game, you can cook 2 liters of snow in one of these to boil it into water. Or you can cook like a whole piece of meat, which cooks faster than if you were just to grill it. I don't know the logistics behind that. I think it's just gameplay mechanics, but still. And you can cook just more stuff inside a pot than you can a little can.
I think I can use this.
Boots for more leather. A single revolver casing on the dash here. Yeehaw. Let's see here. I hate that those wolves are so close. You're just over the hill back there. Why did I?
That'll come in handy.
Looks like there's something on the back seat that it's kind of a glimpse of. It's a nice amount of food in this car. Someone was in it for the long haul, I guess, or just
Something's gotta go.
got the munchies. One of my favorite things about this game is definitely the adaptive, what do you call it, backpack sloshing, I guess. So like carrying a lot more water would give that slosh. Carrying a lot of metal stuff, those are clinging around, wood, etc. Just depends on how much item you have in your bag. And you know, if you have
This stuff will come in
this much
handy.
of this and this much of that, the sounds will mix together. But that's always happening. It's not just when you pass that threshold. It's subtle, but it is attention to detail.
Excellent.
I agree. I don't think I've ever gotten one of those sweaters before, the Chiwan sweaters. Kochan? I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to keep trying.
Thank goodness.
Ooh la la, what do we have here? Dog food? I mean, if I gotta... Light shell. Thought it would have been something good, but it doesn't. It's that great.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Not as good as what I have, anyways. Coffee's huge. Every time. Guys, that'll help me travel farther. In one go. I think it's, coffee provides you with a little buff where your exhaustion goes down at a slower rate. And tea helps you get back faster by providing a restful night's sleep. They kind of synergize in that way, which is nice.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Oh, I'm over encumbered. We'll hike back to our encampment, shall we say, after this. And we'll offload a bunch of this gear. Rifle ammo is nice, but we don't have a gun.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I think we might stay here for the night and just work on scrapping some of this stuff so we can get back to our house fast if we have to. I know it's the 2 liters of water that's weighing me down, but I don't know if you can necessarily just drop the water. I don't want to.
I think I can use this.
If you can. Can't better. Heck of a lot of clothing, though. Oh yeah, we're barely scooting along. We'll drop these cans. Can't do anything with them right now, so I won't carry them anyway. If I really need them, I'll come back here someday. Or just, you know, eat something out of a can. Because we're super slow and we'll flare out. Just keep ourselves safe. Don't hear any wolves super close by, which is nice. They're just over that ridge though, I'm sure. Alright, we made it home safely. Offload our water into this one. It'll leave itself. Guess you can never have too much coffee, I suppose. keep the Mariner flare on us. Put the rifle and revolver ammunition away. One of these sewing kits. These cans. Go over here. Craft materials. Drop off some of this stuff. Couple of there. And we don't need all of this lantern fuel with us. So we'll just put that here. I'm not gonna try and shred all of this clothing right now. I'm end up putting it away. And we'll take that over now. That was a lot of weight. That was 7 kilos of clothing. Oh, I need to pick a medical storage area. I think we'll just... Yeah, I can't think of anything better than just like right here. This is right next to our bed anyways. Let's start the top drawer here. First aid. This is like a reasonable amount of things to carry on me. Fire starting stuff. I'll carry a book on me because they burn really well. And we don't need all of these matches. I'll definitely keep like 40 matches on me. Let's make some tinder plugs out of all this random stuff I have. Alright, seems like a good amount of stuff. Keep 4. There we go. Book reclaimed wood. Alright, seems good. Seems great. No afflictions. Epic. We've not maxed anything. That's fine. Drink a Stacy's grape soda. I don't know who Stacy is and why she has so many grape sodas, but fine by me, keeping me alive. Okay. I think with that we will call today's episode a success. We've set up a base, we've got all kinds of equipment, decent clothing sorted, organization. Yeah, and with that, thank you everyone for watching. And I will be seeing you when I see ya. Adios.